Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the Solo Diaries. This one is a bit different. I do apologise, I've forgotten my mic. If you are new here, this is a series I created at the start of the year to document every single week which goes on in my life, and it's basically like a FaceTime catch up with a bestie. So this one is probably going to be short, but I just felt like I had to record this right now because I just feel so extremely grateful, and there was a message which I wanted to send. And of course, with these solo diary episodes, they're also to myself as a reflection to see how I was feeling and the things which I've learned and the things that I've been thinking about and that have been on my mind. And I'm currently on Koh Chang in Thailand. I'm on an island, the sea is here, the sun has just set. I've been at the beach all day, I've been at the beach every single day. And the reason I wanted to make this solo diary episode now and not wait for it is just because my biggest takeaway from this week is that I have had the best week ever. I cannot put into words how amazing it has been and how truly grateful I feel right now. And I realised, although of course I share a lot about my life on this channel and I talk a lot, and I do of course I'm always honest with you guys, but of course there are some things which I don't share and I do want to share. I'm not gonna lie, the last couple of months have probably been the hardest time of my life, and that is due to being alone in a new country, picking up, moving abroad, starting somewhere new, facing so many different hardships, having to start from scratch with many things and basically rebuild my life. And I think genuinely I got to a point of burnout, and I think I was depressed at a time, I'm not gonna lie, and I really didn't see a light and I didn't see a hope. And obviously I didn't ever want to share this and talk about this because you guys know I am a very hopeful person, and I like to think encouraging, and I try and motivate as many people as I can because that's in my soul. That's what I want to do. I want to help people. So I think for so long I felt like if I share this weakness and show people that I feel like this, maybe people would think differently of me. But now I've realised it's not the case because of course we're all human. But my point I wanted to make is I was struggling really bad, and I was so disciplined with my routine, and of course don't get me wrong, I loved it, but I was so alone, and I genuinely got to a point where I was kind of questioning life, and I was kind of questioning do I feel fulfilled? Do I feel happy? To somebody on the outside I would look so happy and content and wow, she lives in Thailand, she's living her best life, and in reality I was so sad and I was so alone. And then my family flew out and they surprised me, and I think they do know, but they the way that helped me in so many ways that I cannot express. In a way it saved me, and I don't want to get emotional on here. And coming to this island has just been the cherry on top of the cake because I have let my hair down completely, and I've done so many things I would never do, and I genuinely feel like I have lived my life to the fullest every single day. And I'm so grateful that I have this opportunity. And the reason I felt compelled to record this episode and tell you this now is because I was just sat here and the music, everything was resonating, and as the sun was setting I was just in the sea and I was floating. I love the sea, I grew up by the beach, and this whole time I've been riding a bike around an island in Thailand, and I haven't gone really to the gym. I think I've been to the gym once in the past week, but I've been swimming. I swam 6 kilometers to an island to see what it would be testing out, if I lived in the wild. And then no one else was on this island, and I just saw this island. I was I want to swim there, and it must have taken an hour to swim there through these really strong currents, and I made it, and it was so difficult, and I really challenged myself, and I was so proud of this. And I arrived on this island, and then I was walking barefoot through this jungle, looking for coconuts, and I was wow, this is how humans are meant to live, And anyway, this was super fun, and just my realisation of coming here is just don't take life too seriously, because obviously tomorrow is never promised. And if you feel like you are someone who is you're going through a hard time and you think like, does it get easier? Why do I feel so alone? And you like isolate yourself from the world. Go and do something that scares you. Go push yourself out your comfort zone. Go and have fun would be the biggest piece of advice that I could give to someone. And like, I'm giving this to myself, you know, and I hope that future Sophia will keep this, because of course, like if I could even tell my past self, like, Sophia, this is what you need to do. You need to stop being so hard on yourself and go and live. Like, I thought I was living by going to the gym every day, eating clean every day, doing this, doing that. Like, don't get me wrong, it's an amazing lifestyle to have, but sometimes you just need a break. Go and meet people, go and vibe, go and jam and sit with people you've never met with a guitar. Like, that's what I've been doing, and I've made so many friends on this island from all around the world. And like, if I could tell you the stories of what has gone on this island, like you can't make it up. You know, like there was one night I went to some random bar, right, and I met, I was like, okay, maybe it was like 11:30, I had to go to 7-Eleven, and I was like, I want to go and just get like a little snack or whatever, and I stumbled across this place, and I don't even know how to describe it. It was like a family run, like little community area. They had food stalls, they had a vintage clothes shop. It was so cool. And the staff, this guy came over and he was like, you don't need to buy anything. If you just want to sit and chill, you can. So I was like, okay, cool. So we were just like talking and chilling, and he brought over loads of like baby chicks that had just been born, about 12 chicks. And then somebody's feeding all of these ducks, and like these are his pet ducks. And then he was like, come up here, and we went and sat in a tree house in hammocks, and we were just talking about life, you know, and like being able to speak Thai. I love doing that, and I was doing that. And then he was like, do you want to go party? Like, my brother's going to a party, let's take you to a party. So I was like, okay. So we went to a party, like in some nightclub, and of course they had their connections, they knew the DJs. So like, then we've gone upstairs, and it was just such a fun experience, you know, like just hanging around with these random people. Like, you can't make up these stories. And then this guy's car broke down, and then like we're in the middle of the jungle at like 3 a.m. in this car that's broken down on the hill, trying to start it. And then like we get on a bike, and then some other guy, like we met a bunch of people from France, from Paris, and then they've come to save us. It's like 4 a.m. at this point. We're all jumping on a bike. There's like 4 of us on a bike driving through the mountains on this island in Koh Chang, and like going to try and get another car battery. And anyway, like the sunlight came up, it was daylight. It was daylight by this point. It was like, must have been like 5 a.m. or something. And I was like, I have not been up this late for so long. Like, I feel like I'm like 16 again, you know, up to these like shenanigans. Anyway, it was so much fun. And then I ended up watching the sunrise. And then even last night, I like went out, I met a bunch of people, and like it was just so fun. And you know, like it was a full moon, and like we're all watching the moonlight through the trees. Like, we're in the middle of the jungle on this island, like watching the moon. It was just crazy. And yeah, like I say, you meet so many people. And then again, I stayed up to watch the sunrise, and I didn't go home till like 7:30 a.m. And some people might watch this and be like, oh my god, you're so like irresponsible, whatever. But you know what, like, you can just have such a good time and just live your life to the fullest. That's what I've realised. And I might be oversharing right now, but I'm actually at that point where I'm like, this reflection, like this trip has probably been one of the best trips ever, and I want to move here. I want to move near the beach. I don't know whether this island, but I know I need to live near the sea. I love the sea, it's in my soul. So yeah, there's obviously been so much more things which have gone on, and spending time with my family, I'm so grateful. It's just been an amazing week. Honestly, this has saved me in so many ways. I didn't know I needed to be saved. And I feel recharged, I feel good again, and I feel hope for life again, and I just wanted to share this. So if you're someone that feels this way, then I promise you it does get better, and go and do things that changes everything, because you won't regret it. Go make memories, life's too short, don't be so hard on yourself, and you can find happiness again. So yeah, thank you guys look at the lightning, wow. Thank you guys so much for watching this episode of the Solo Diaries. I know it's been a bit different, and yeah, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll catch you in the next episode. Please like, comment and subscribe, and I'll speak to you soon.